Now we will learn how to build GUIs in Matlab. We will use the function guide. Guide gives us an option to build graphical user interfaces in Matlab. Let us start with a blank GUI. This is the guide editor. You find all these buttons that you can use. Let us start with push buttons. This is a push button. I can change the size of the push button like this. I can also change the size of the entire graphical user interface from here. Let us place it at a proper place. Now let us have a text area, or maybe an axis. Axis area is where I can display my graphs or display images. Now let us change the properties of the push button. Double click on the push button. This window shows us all the details of our push button. First of all, let us change the name of the push button. We can change the name from the string attribute push button. Let us name it show image. Pressing enter will change the attribute. As we can see, from the text has changed from push button to show image. Now let us build a simple GUI which will open an image when we press the push button. First of all, let us save this Matlab figure. Naming it GUI3. When we save the Matlab figure, we can see the entire code. This is the code of the Matlab figure. Let us go back to the editor. Now let us change the attributes. As we can see here, every time this button is pressed, callback function is enabled. Now we can see that in callback, the function that is enabled is push button 1 callback. That means every time I press the button show image, the function push button 1 callback will be activated, will be called. Let us go to the code window. As we can see, here is this function push button 1 callback. So whenever the button is pressed, this function is called. Now let me write a simple code here. We will open an image whenever this button is pressed. Now let us search for an image. Okay, so here we have an image.bmp. This will open every time I press that button. Copying the path of this image, the absolute path. Going back to the code window, I equals to imread show I. Saving this Matlab file, And let us run this figure. It will show that the GUI.m is not in the current directory, so let us change the directory. Here we can see this is the GUI. Now whenever I press the show image, here it is. So congratulations, you've built your first Matlab GUI.